But first, Homeland Security investigations are making headlines today in Arizona, serving federal search warrants at 15 locations around Phoenix. This is the scene at multiple locations across the valley here. As you can see, crime scene tape and law enforcement presence.
This is video from the Zips location near Miller and Camelback. After months of anticipation over the last week, we've seen an increase in ICE presence. Officials say these actions follow an investigation into federal law violations, all greenlit by a federal judge. Our Lillian Donahue is at this location. And Lillian, what can you tell us so far?
Well, we know that we heard reports from people as early as 4:15 that agents came to this location here off of Camelback and Miller. You can see behind me, though, since then, there's certainly been a group of people who have come outside here to protest the operations here. Just as you said, federal law enforcement, they're executing those search warrants at 15 different locations here at Zips. There's been folks with whistles, there's been folks with signs, bullhorns, etc. I spoke with multiple folks that were inside. First and foremost, some employees came out very rattled. They were shaken up. Agents, they said that agents had everybody stop and give them their information. That's currently what's going on right now. I was told by somebody about 20 minutes ago that there's still about a dozen employees inside as this investigation is going on. I also spoke with a customer who was having dinner, a late lunch here at Zips, and they said that agents came in, told them to leave, that everything was going to be taken care of, and that was that for that customer. Now, that customer I spoke with, he said he was supportive of this operation, that he didn't know exactly what this operation was, for exactly. We know that's for federal law violations, but what violations exactly, we're working to learn more. And one more person I spoke with was a family member who drove here as soon as she found out. She said that multiple family members of hers work at Zips locations and that they are currently being investigated and talked to by these federal agents. We're learning more information. We'll be here throughout the evening to give you updates as well. Live in Scottsdale, Lillian Donahue, ABC 15, Arizona.
All right, Lillian, thank you. Let's check in with our Fort Hatchett live near Central and Osborne, another location here where protesters actually have been gathering as these operations unfold. Fort?
Yeah, hey, Craig, we just heard chants of shame, shame, shame. Those federal enforcement officers appear to have wrapped up their investigation into this specific Zips here in Park Central. Again, this is on Central, just north of Thomas, south of Osborne, but several protesters have arrived, and all these cars you see here have these federal officials in here as well. They have been trying to exit. We've seen some of those federal officers able to exit. We've seen a lot of ERO officials, that's enforcement and removal operations. Those have been here. We've seen these cowards chants. These protests have been largely peaceful, albeit fiery, although when we saw these officers get in their car, that's when we started to see some of the escalation here. We've seen several people hit and kick the cars. We're going to stay right here as you see some of these officers here. I'm going to take a walk here. There's one man here there is one man here who is in a mask, and he's brought a rifle as well. He said that if there are going to be federal officers who are here who are masked and armed, he wanted to return suit. We've seen some other folks here who have been chanting. There's a man here with a megaphone. There have been many chants to protect the workers, stop targeting workers. And then again, you apologize if you're hearing any of the vulgar language, because there's a lot of language here that we wouldn't want to get on TV. As you see again, these federal enforcement officers are trying to leave this area. At least that appears to be the goal, and they're facing resistance at every step. We've seen Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari is here, Councilwoman Laura Pastor from the city of Phoenix here as well. And you see Phoenix police, it now looks like, are pulling into the shopping center. You see to our left here. We're going to stay right here with us. As you see now, these are unmarked cars, but I don't know if that's going to be federal law enforcement or Phoenix police officers pulling in. We'll take a look here.
Ford, we just want to ask you, as you mentioned, and where did you hear that they were wrapping up their investigations? We know we see some of those agents leaving or trying to leave. Who told you they were wrapped up?
Yeah. Well, we didn't get official word that they had wrapped up. We just saw all those agents. They had kind of locked themselves inside that Zips for a while, and then they walked out. They brought some boxes with them. Again, we don't know what violations. They said that those federal warrants that they were serving were in order of. You see some folks arriving here in gas masks now as this protest continues to escalate, as the sun goes down a little bit and it gets a little darker. The crowd has definitely grown in size, and now you see some more, I believe, and I can't tell. It looks like federal law enforcement, not Phoenix police, but I'm going to get that confirmed here in just a little bit. You see some zip ties there that they're bringing with them in here as they wear gas masks and helmets. And you hear again just these folks that are fired up and yelling. This protest was largely peaceful. We're here we're on Central, right outside the Zips on Central. That's just north of Thomas, just south of Osborne here in the Park Central Shopping Center. There are several businesses and a gym in here, an EOS. And again, we'll show you here.
Right opposite
we
side
got out here
the hospital.
just around 5 o'clock. So
Just make sure you're in a safe location. Make sure you're in a safe location. How many people would you estimate were anti-ICE protesters there?
And here you see right here someone breaking into the window. This is a federal officer breaking into the window of that truck. And we'll get you some more images here. This is a scene that is escalating pretty rapidly here. And again, those ERO officers you see there, that's enforcement and removal operations. That is from Homeland Security. And again, Homeland Security telling us they hit 15 Zips locations today with search warrants, federal search warrants, on what they say was a months-long operation and investigation into federal law violations. We don't know exactly what federal law they say that was violated that triggered these search warrants. And again, you see the folks that have arrived here, and I can't confirm now, these are federal enforcement officials here that are outside, not Phoenix police or any local law enforcement. This is federal law enforcement as the protesters continue to get louder. And again, we saw some of these federal law enforcement officers able to leave the scene earlier. They couldn't get out towards Central this way. They had to back out and go out the back exit of this Park Central complex. And now you see this is starting to get maybe a little intense here. Luis, I'm going to have our photojournalist Luis and I here come travel here. We're just going to make sure we're in a safe location here as this continues to escalate just a little bit. And
Ford,
Luis,
how many people?
Right over this way.
How many people would you say are outside right now protesting?
A little bit earlier, we guesstimated that it's about a little over 100 people. I'd say that number has grown. I don't want to give you the wrong number, but I'd say about 150, probably closing in on 200 people that are out here right now in Park Central. And that may be on the light side, just on our estimate here as we. And I'll tell you, here we go. We're getting some pushing and shoving here with federal law enforcement officials and some protesters here. I'll give you a tight look here, and this. You've seen a lot of yelling back and forth, and for the most part, these federal law enforcement officers have not said anything to these protesters. We've seen some coughing now. There may be some gas that's been deployed. Folks are walking away here. We'll take a step back. I didn't see that gas come out, but you do see the coughing from several folks, and you can.
Ford, that truck.
Now you see these federal
had a window
officers,
busted out.
some of them pulling out.
Was that an officer that busted that window, or was it a protester that busted that window of the truck that just pulled out?
It was an officer that broke the window here, as you see these officers now backing up. It was a federal officer that broke the window on that pickup truck. I believe, from what we had seen earlier, that may, excuse me, here, there is some gas in the air. I believe that pickup truck belonged to federal officers. At least it looked that way earlier. There were officers in there earlier. So I'm not exactly sure why they broke that window. Again, I don't know for sure on that pickup truck on the owner, but it was an officer who was breaking the window there. And now you see this is moving a little closer towards First Watch, just to the left here in Park Central. Excuse me here as we do try to clear our breath.
Yeah, are those officers retreating from those protesters?
These are the second swarm, I don't want to say swarm, the second batch of officers that arrived here. These are the ones that arrived in their gas masks. And again, these are federal officers who just arrived about 5 minutes ago. They are now backing up and getting back into their cars. As those initial officers who were inside the Zips, they have cleared enough space where many of them have now left just in the past minute or so. And again, I apologize, we're trying to keep up with our camera here. There's a lot happening. And you see some of these officers now. This is part of that second batch.